Yo, 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 what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am pumped up, I am fired up, and most importantly, I am blessed and highly favored, and I hope you are too. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tony Cano, aka Cashflow Cano, and if this is your first time tuning into my channel, make sure you go ahead and you subscribe down below. Make sure that notification bell is on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the reason why I'm fired up and I'm pumped up is because we actually get to dive into a TradingView tutorial, and I get to walk you through on a very basic step-by-step level so you guys can start plugging into this resource and start leveraging it to analyze your markets and bring your trading to the next level, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and dive straight into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to share my screen for you guys. So like I said, you guys could see this all hands on. All right. So as you see here, I am logged into my TradingView account. So starting from the left-hand side, we are literally going to break this down on a very, very basic level. So let me go ahead and move my picture out of the way so you guys can see the chart. Already perfect. Now, like I said, starting from the left-hand side, we are going to start with first and foremost your cursor. Okay. Now you can obviously choose whatever cursor you would like. What I like to use is the cross so you guys can actually see the horizontal and vertical line throughout the chart. All right. Very, very important. But if you just want to keep it very classic, obviously you can just stick with the arrow and you can still calibrate around the chart as well. Now, moving on down, all of your lines, as far as your trend lines, your horizontal lines, your vertical lines, right? You will have all of your drawing utensils right here. So let's go ahead. First and foremost, you have your trend line. Okay. Very important that you know how to use these tools, guys. So I'm just going to go ahead and just mark up a quick couple support and resistance so you guys can actually see the zones, right? So there's your horizontal lines. Okay. Very important that you guys are using all of these lines. Now, sometimes I'll even use the arrow to actually see where the trend is at, right? To get that confirmation. All right. Now moving on down. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have all of your retracements, your pitchfork patterns, right? The main focus that I'm going to show you guys is the Fibonacci retracement, right? It's the Fibonacci retracement. Boom, right? Once you guys learn how to use the Fibonacci retracement, this is also going to help you mark out your support and your resistance zones, right? It's very, very important. Now, another tool that is an excellent source is going to be the path, right? This helps you find that confirmation within the trends. So I could literally go throughout this entire trend and mark it out, right? Boom, boom, right? You guys see this? And no matter what's happening? We're still in an uptrend, ladies and gentlemen, right? And then we had a nasty spike down. And then look at this. Boom, look at that fake out, guys. Incredible. So go ahead and double click and that'll literally end the path for you, right? So this is just another confirmation you can use to see where the trend is going. No matter what, we're still going up, all right? So just another tool. Also, let's say you want to highlight a specific area, right? Let's say you want to highlight a specific area. Look at this, right? Now you can actually highlight this area. Maybe once it breaks out of this zone, I'll go ahead and mark it up for you guys. Let's say once it breaks out of the zone, boom. Now we're looking for the trade. Now it retests. Boom, here's our retest. Now we're in for the bag. Bam, right? Maybe we're just focused on that zone, okay? Another great resource, the eclipse, right? Maybe we're just focused on this zone, right? We got an consolidation area, right? An institutional zone, right? We're building up buy and sell orders right here. And what do you think is going to happen? We're either going to break to the upside or to the downside, right? So we can actually focus on that zone with the eclipse right there, right? Now, let's take it up a step further. Let's say we're actually, marking up maybe a couple different charts. So we need to know exactly where our support and resistance is, right? So look, here's our support. Here's our resistance, right? Remember, guys, this is just very, very basic. This is just to show you guys how resourceful these tools can really be, right? Because I can always look back on this and be like, okay, now I know exactly what I marked up. I know exactly what I was analyzing within the markets, okay? Now, we got some more tools in here to even confirm, more patterns, right? A lot of the times I will actually use the Elliott wave because this will confirm another trend, right? So it's very important that you guys are using these tools, right? So look at this, perfect Elliott wave, right? Beautiful trend to the upside, okay? This is another tool that you guys can use. Now, my absolute favorite, okay, because a lot of people, they get mixed up with trying to figure out, where's my take profit, where's my stop loss? Well, you have a long and short position. So a long position is going to be a buy. So let's say we're looking for a buy right here. We can actually adjust our stop loss to our most recent support, and then we can adjust our take profit to our most recent resistance, right? Look at that. Very, very simple. So a long position is, once again, a buy. Now, if we're looking for a short position, we're looking for a sell, right? So once again, we're going to use our resistance for our stop loss. And let's say we got another support down here. Go ahead and mark up a quick support. And we'll simply adjust our take profit to our support, right? So we have a short position right here, just for an example to show you guys exactly what it would look like. And then we actually have a full-on buy example to show you guys exactly what it would look like, all right? Now moving forward, you can even get, in depth, right? You can get in depth, maybe you put specific symbols for specific areas, right? Once it hits this, I'll just continue using, let me go ahead and just put this here and I'll explain that. Let me delete this so you guys aren't getting thrown off. All right, so let's say once it breaks out of this area, right, it's bag time. So I'm going to put a money symbol there, right, to notify myself that once it gets to this area, boom, I have now all of my confirmations. I am now going to get within the market at this specific point. All right, guys. Now, moving forward, my absolute favorite tool on TradingView, okay, is going to be the ruler. Because guess what? You don't have to do any of the work, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally calculating it for you, all right? So as you see, most of the time when we're looking at the chart or we're looking on our phone, we are looking at a decimal, right? We have to understand a pip is a point in percentage. So they're always going to give us a specific decimal. Now with this ruler, it gives you the actual pip calculation, right? So like I said, if we were on the phone, if we were on the computer, if we did not have this tool, we would be looking at a 0.01954, okay? A 0.01954. That is our main focus. Now we have to calculate that into pips if we did not have this ruler. But if you look over, right, it calculates it for you. This is 195 pips all around, right? 195.4 pips to be exact, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So like I said, this ruler does the work for you. Now, as you see, as we're increasing, right, let's say we bring it all the way to the top. Say we bring it all the way to the top. Understand that this is right around 461 pips. I know you guys can't really see it. Let me go ahead and actually come down a little bit. All right. Look at that. Look, it's still calculating it. No matter where I move at in the market, guys, it's going to calculate it. Look, 271 pips. We got 250 pips. Let's just go ahead and go into the past for a second, right? And actually use this ruler. So right here, this sell, 101.5 pips, right? 101.5 pips. That is changing lives, ladies and gentlemen. Understand that pips pay bills. Pips put you in a position to where you could literally walk away from your 9 to 5. All right. So another very, very important tool, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's say, you know, you're getting used to marking up these charts, right? And you just want to start flying through support and resistance. You can actually lock in a drawing tool, and whatever drawing tool you want to use, guess what? You can just come over here, and instead of you having to, you know, click on the chart and then click back on the line, guess what? It's already locked on. So you can come through here as many times as you want and mark up multiple support and resistance. All right. Now to take it off, obviously you just click it off, and then it will still obviously be highlighted. So you'll still have one more line to put out there, or you can just simply delete that line. All right. Very, very simple. Now, starting from the top left-hand side, moving our way over to the right-hand side, here you are going to have your specific currency pairs. Now you can actually adjust what your symbol search will recognize. So as you see, all my symbol search will recognize is all Owanda pairs. So depending on your broker, definitely figure out which one matches up closest to the price point. All right. It's very, very, very important that your price points almost match up. All right. Because when I was a beginner, just getting involved with this skill set, I made a lot of rookie mistakes on following multiple symbol searches and it just being completely off from my broker. So do not make that mistake, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you could literally come in here and put in any symbol you would like, whether it's Forex, crypto, stocks, binary options, commodities, indices. It does not matter, ladies and gentlemen. You will be able to find it here. All right. So as you see here, you can literally go throughout the list of all of the currency pairs. It is just incredible to see everything that you could literally tap into. All right. So here you will access and be able to find anything that you are looking to access. All right. Now moving forward, here you're going to have all of your different time frames. Now you're going to be able to tap into the second time frames, right? As far as the 1 second, the 5 second, the 15 second, and the 30 second when it comes to you having a pro TradingView account, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you have just a free account, you will be able to tap into still majority of the time frames, breaking down the minutes, the hours, and the days, ladies and gentlemen. All right. But once again, once you get into the pro account, then you will start to be able to tap into the different ranges. Okay. Now, moving forward, here you will be able to input any type of indicator you can absolutely think of. So an indicator is literally just a resource that's going to help you give a confirmation within the market, right? It's not going to 100% tell you where the market is going, but majority of the time it will give you that extra confirmation you need to get into the market. Now, as far as this goes, you can use stuff like the MACD, the RSI, you know, stuff like that, guys. But like I said, this is just a confirmation, right? I'm super big on market structure because whatever happens in the past happens in the future, and whatever happens in the future always happens in the past, right? History repeats itself, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm very, very big on market structure. I'm not so big on indicators, but if you're looking for that extra confirmation, then I highly, highly, highly recommend that you start diving into indicators. All right. So just to show you guys, the most common, all right, Built-in indicator will obviously be the relative strength index. That'll be the RSI. You can also type it in, but right here, guys, that is going to be your main indicator. All right. If I were to recommend any indicator, it would 9 times out of 10 be the RSI. All right. Because this is going to give you the best confirmation and confluences you need when it comes to analyzing these markets. All right. Now, another common one will obviously be the MACD or even moving averages, right? The most common moving average that I can give you guys will be a 50 moving average, all right? And a 50 moving average is literally moving with the trend. No matter where the market is going, it is going to move with the market. So it's always going to show you that specific trend. All right, so that's just a little bit of insight for you guys on some indicators. Now, let's go ahead and dive forward. If you have a pro account, once again, you will actually be able to add alerts. So if you're looking for a specific point in the market for it to hit and it hits that on your analysis, guess what? You're going to get notified, whether it's on your phone and you have the app or you're on the computer, whatever the case scenario is, you will get notified, guys. So you can also adjust that here. And then you can also, you know, like I said, get notified on the app, or they can even directly email you if you're, you know, always on the go and stuff like that. So that's just to show you guys, you can also set up alerts. Okay. Very, very important. So let me go ahead and move my camera over to this side, knowing that we're on the right side over here. Perfect. Last thing that I actually want to show you guys on the left-hand side before we move on is in the bottom left-hand corner, right? All the way at the bottom left, next to the stock screener, you're going to see a little garbage can. So let's say you're done analyzing the market, right? Your trade is already taken place. You don't want to get overwhelmed, right? You want to move on to the next trade. Whatever the case scenario is, let's just say you want to start from scratch, ladies and gentlemen. All you have to do is in the bottom left-hand corner, simply hit that garbage can and it will completely clear up your charts. All right. Now, let's say, you know, your chart, you know, is completely zoomed out or it's completely zoomed in. If you come over here and you hit the refresh button, it's actually going to reset your entire chart. So if you were to actually just pull it up and first log in. All right. So once again, we are looking at a very basic chart. Let's go ahead and kick it over to the right-hand side. Most of you guys will see that this is pulled up no matter what. Obviously, you can close it out if you simply click watch list. All right. But just to show you guys exactly what this is all about, in your watch list, you can absolutely adjust it to whatever you would like. As you see, mine very, very strict and focused. I'm not over here focusing on all these different types of pairs and all that stuff, guys. So the more focused, the better. I promise you. All right. Now, as you see, you can always set up your alerts if you want. Completely up to you. All right. So our main focus here, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be adjusting your watch list. You can add a symbol. You can delete symbols at any point in time. All right. So make sure your watch list is adjusted accordingly and properly and adequately so you can attack these markets without any hesitation. All right. So let's go ahead and close out of this. Now, let's actually get down to the grits, right? Most of you guys, you know, you're probably like, well, how is your chart so clean? All right. Well, I'm about to show you guys exactly how simple that is. So if you actually right click on your screen, you're going to be able to pull up your settings. And then as you see on your appearance, okay, this is our main focus, is our appearance. These are going to be how you want to set it up. So obviously you want it to be solid, black or white, completely up to you. The reason why I chose black is it's a lot easier on my eyes, right? Very, very common. As far as the vertical grid lines and the horizontal grid lines go, that will just show up right, as being lines on the chart on top of the market. So if you don't want to be overwhelmed with nonsense lines, obviously have it match the background, whether it's black or white, completely up to you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and move forward here. Now, once you go ahead and you adjust your vertical and your horizontal grid lines, you can actually go up to symbol and adjust your candlesticks. Okay, so it's going to be your bodies, your borders, and your wicks, right? It is your entire candlestick. So make sure they all match up. You can color coordinate them to how you want. I've seen people do blue and purple. I've seen green and red, like how mine is. I've seen people even do orange and yellow, right? Whatever the case scenario is, ladies and gentlemen, just so you can read that the market is going up and down, right? Whatever it may be, choose what you are comfortable with. All right, okay? Very important. Now, the last thing that I will bring up is your price line, right? So this is going to be instantly when you get into the market is going to be your price line. So it'll show you where the market is at. All right. So this, if you see here on my right-hand screen, okay, it tells me my currency pair, which is Euro AUD. It tells me exactly where it's at, which is at 1.63, right around that area. And then it tells me even the time frame, right? So the next candlestick that opens is going to be 56 minutes and around 20 seconds. So right here is our last price line, okay? So no matter what, even if I'm in the market or not, this is going to tell me exactly where the last price line is, okay? So make sure you have that a bright color so you can always see that and tap into that when needed, okay? Now, last but not least, the main thing that I want to bring up before we wrap this up is candlesticks, okay? Our main focus here is candlesticks, all right? Now, if you want, I highly, highly, highly recommend as a beginner to find your support and resistance with the line chart. Okay, because you can never go wrong, right? There's never going to be wicks in the way that are going to throw you off and be like, oh, I don't think that's the support. I don't think that's the, no, you do not have to worry about that with the line chart as a beginner. Okay, so as you see here, I'm just quickly throwing in some support and resistance, nothing serious, just to show you guys how easy it is on the line chart. And then all we got to do is simply throw on the candlesticks, right? And it's already got the wicks in there. So understand that these are multiple ways to tap into TradingView, guys, right? These are multiple ways to analyze the markets in so many different areas and aspects, right? There's still a time and point where I'm a student, guys. I don't know everything, right? Just as you, right? You are a student. You don't know everything. We are human beings. We are not perfect. We are always learning something new day in and day out, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So last thing I'm going to show you here before I stop sharing my screen is the Hakinashi candles. Okay. So if you're a beginner and you're struggling with reading the candlesticks, then start reading the Hakinashi candles because you can actually see the impulse movements, whether it's up or down, without getting confused, right? So let's go ahead. Let me show you guys the candlestick chart, right? You see all of the red and green areas, right? As a beginner, I promise you, that can definitely be confusing. But if you come over here to the Hakinashi candles, you actually see the impulse moves, ladies and gentlemen. So it's truly incredible to see all of the different things that you can tap into with TradingView alone. All right. So I truly hope you guys got some value from this. I hope it was very, very basic so you guys can understand this on a basic level. And most importantly, right, now that I broke down this resource, I highly suggest that you start tapping into this on a daily basis, right? Analyzing the markets, putting in your chart time, putting in the correct watch list and not overwhelming yourself with all these different pairs, right? Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So with that being said, like I said, I hope you guys got some value. I hope this was basic enough so you guys can actually walk through this with me as I show you guys the tutorial on TradingView. So with that, I love you all. I respect you all. And I plan to see you all at the beaches and the banks of the world. God bless and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.